Hello everybody. I'm posting this video tonight to cite several examples of what I view to be a steady progression of censorship towards our fair candidate, Ron Paul. When you talk about censorship, there's no better place to start than Fox News. First of all, back in December 2007, Fox indicated that they would be holding a candidate forum for New Hampshire on January 6th, and they told the AP that Ron Paul would be excluded from that forum for logistical reasons. They said that they were going to hold it on a bus, that would serve as the setting for the forum. Fast forward to January 6th and the actual forum. Here we see a still picture of the video from that debate, and lo and behold, it's not on a bus whatsoever. It's in the midst of a setting within a building, and Fox News, of course, lied so that they could have an excuse for excluding Ron Paul and his ideas. I think that's telling. Anytime that, not only with Fox News but all the other examples I'm going to give here, it's telling that his absence, there's more to his absence than they would have you believe. It's not because of logistical reasons, like there's a bus, or because of low polling numbers. He's polled higher than several of these other candidates who they do include coverage on. It's because Ron Paul's ideas are very unpopular to the ownership, the hierarchy of these media empires. They realize that if we have a president such as Ron Paul that sticks to freedom ideals, that they might not be as free in propagandizing different issues. And I think that that's the heart of it. The bottom line is we are the public, and we need to voice our concern for this blatant third-rate propaganda that we're being fed in steady doses. I think it's time to take a stand and let these folks know that we see exactly what's going on. We're unwilling to accept that. Again, it's not just Fox News. We can see that the New York Times engages in this type of journalism. These seemingly mainstream publications, or what they would have us believe, this is propaganda, folks. No other way about it. They want any person coming across their TV screens or their websites to come across with the idea that this is the choice. It's limited to whoever they show us and the viewpoints that are espoused on their networks. But when they conveniently exclude a voice such as Ron Paul, that's not fully informing the public. That's the point. Again, Ron Paul has polled higher than a number of these candidates in various forums, various caucuses and primaries, but his voice and his picture and his ideas are not represented in their space. Here we go to, of course, so we started with Fox, we see New York Times, both Rupert Murdoch enterprises. Now here's CBS News. We see the same phenomenon. Ron Paul is conveniently excluded. Do we go to these, do we get our information, do we go to these places for news, or do we come here to be indoctrinated? Are they trying to pass a certain message that's just convenient for them? I think that it's not hard for me to argue that when we see the reality of that, of what's going on here. We go next to Washington Post. Washington Post shows the front runners. Clinton, Romney, Edwards, Thompson, McCain, Obama, Huckabee, Giuliani. The only thing, the similarity between all these, they must all shop at the same suit coat store. But regardless, again, here we see that Ron Paul is conveniently absent from this website, from all of these websites. And that should beg some major questions. Let's see what we have. Especially when we're talking about a candidate that polls consistently as high as Ron Paul does. Another example is LA Times. Again, Ron Paul is conveniently missing from their snapshots from the trail. I guess nobody's interested in Ron Paul. But wait, oh, actually there is. They finally let the people's voice be heard. Okay, vote now. Campaign 2008. If the election were today, who would you vote for? Lo and behold, the overwhelming majority of people to LA Times who have voted here want Ron Paul in office. 37.9%. By the way, the amounts are right above the person's name, as you can see here from the bottom. Fred Thompson had 1.3%, Mitt Romney 3.9%, Ron Paul 37.9%. The next highest candidate, this is across Republican and Democrats, next highest candidate was Barack Obama at 19.3%. Next highest Republican was John McCain at 5%. So Ron Paul is outpolling the next highest Republican by near 8-to-1 margin. Again, does LA Times want us to just come away with the message that's convenient for them, or are they willing to listen to what the public has to say? Those questions need to be asked of all of these news sources. So we got LA Times, Washington Post, make sure I don't miss any here, New York Times. They're all excluding Fox, of course. They're all excluding Ron Paul and his ideas. I came across a quote in closing by Brit Hume. Brit Hume is the managing editor for the political side of political reporter for Fox News. Brit Hume says, "If it comes to be believed that we are simply a propaganda organ of some kind, as a lot of people believe about some of our competitors, that would be a problem." Well, guess what, Brit? That would be a problem.